Alright, place your bets. I have given up all hope for a stable stream. 1K frames? 2K frames? How many frames can we talk today? What's up? I'm just chilling. Dude, I heard like tasing going on upstairs.
Oh yeah, Michael got tased.
There were so many tasing noises upstairs. It was like, oh. Alright, here's my content. Fed sleeping.
Where do you sleep here?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where did your boyfriend sleep? Here?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Sorry.
Anyway, does Fed get lonely and that's why he stays in other people's beds?
I haven't been in another female's bed in like 2 months.
Another female's bed? The way you make that sound is like...
What?
No, nothing.
I wouldn't be in a male's bed. What the fuck?
Why not?
Because that's fucking weird.
Why is it weird?
Because, like, no. Sometimes I kiss Scarra at night, but like, I don't go in his bed.
Hi, Scarra.
Well. Why is Fed here?
Why isn't he here? Do you want to join?
Alright. Why did I'm not
This
here?
is the main person. Anyway, how was your childhood, Scar?
Alright, well, I grew up around a lot of expectations. I failed all of them.
Oh,
But somehow I ended up the most successful of all my siblings. And my
Wow.
generation, actually.
wow.
Mhm.
You must be proud of that, right?
No.
You're not?
I'm more disappointed in the people I have to compete against, you know? Because my family are just like, look, these are all the people you compete against. Or like, compete against. Like, hey, these are your siblings, but really it's a competition, you know? Even the way that my mom talked about her like friends, which is like, oh, you know, Grady Lee is like one of her close friends. You know when her son got on the SATs, a higher score than you. I'm just like, oh fuck.
I feel like that's an Asian thing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like the stereotypes where it's like, oh yeah, you know, Asian people are good at math. My mom was actually disappointed in my math SAT score. She was like, oh, you didn't get a perfect score? I mean, well, I mean, my friend's son did, but I mean, it's okay. And then looked at me like really disappointingly. I'm like, oh, fuck. What'd you get in your SATs, Lily?
Okay, listen.
Okay.
So basically,
Yeah.
I was big brain.
Okay.
My parents also had high standards for me, right?
Yes.
Like they would always be like, oh, you learned how to read when you were like 2. Like we took you to like Kumon ever since you were like 3 or 4. Like literally, like
Uh-oh.
that kind of
This
like.
is bad.
You're going to go to an Ivy League college. Like,
Yeah,
that's so
that's what
many
my
expectations.
my parents were like astronaut, doctor, lawyer. They gave me
honors.
3 options, not the normal 2. Because they thought astronaut was a really high.
They give you the luxury of
Yeah,
choice.
the luxury of choice. When my parents were always just like, you could be an astronaut as well. I'm like, okay, thank you. I found out that being an astronaut is actually one of the hardest jobs ever.
Yeah, of course. Not many people can say they're
Ever, like-
an astronaut. So it was all good, right? I thought I was gonna track to an Ivy League school.
Yeah.
And then I got depression in 10th grade, right?
Okay.
I fucking failed everything. I failed so much. I was like, literally, like, I don't want to live. That brought my parents' expectations, like, down. And they're like,
Oh.
okay, can you just at least get up for school? You don't have to get A's or B's. Just get D's,
Oh
man.
my god. How'd they go for me? I was like the model student for middle school. Like, my mom would brag about me to everyone. I would be like the person that's like, oh, this is the best person. I still remember because like in middle school, I went to a private middle school. My mom wanted the best for me, best education. We moved from like Houston, Texas to Katy, Texas, because it was rated one of the top 20 places in the states to raise your kids.
Okay.
It's like they wanted me to have
They
like
did the same thing.
yeah. Like
Good neighborhood, yeah. Yeah.
Every family wants the best for their children.
Yes.
Okay. So they did that for me, and I was like the star student, fucking great people. And then high school hit, and I want to not blame World of Warcraft, but maybe like my mom was right in the sense that I was playing too many games, because I think
But look at you now.
I've never failed a class before in my life before high school. And then for some reason, physics like killed me. I don't know why. I'm like a complete dumbass when it comes to understanding like physics. And the worst part about this was I was taking like pre-cal and calculus, and I couldn't do physics, which is essentially the same thing. And even my teachers was like, are you like Jimmy, But yeah, I don't know. I think my expectations, their expectations of me went down dramatically because my brother was the same way. Really smart, but then didn't put any effort in, similar to me. And then we both took like the nosedive downward. And at some point, my parents were just like, as long as you're happy, we're happy.
That's what my parents said.
Yes.
Eventually, it all, no matter what paths you are, it all converges into, we just want you to be happy.
And then when they said that was the best thing they could have
That's
said.
the best thing. You know,
Look at us now.
look at, I think parents eventually realize, like, what the fuck is the point putting so much pressure on your child? It's like, ultimately what they want for their children is for them to be happy. Like, that's all. My mom,
Happy, make a lot of money, don't disappoint
even
them.
the money part, my mom was like, I just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
That's all she wanted.
Same. My mom really mellowed out. Like, really mellowed.
I think
mellowed
all
out.
parents eventually, like, mellow out.
No, like, she just, like, turned religious and, like...
Oh, okay,
like,
that mellowed
really
out.
mellowed
Okay,
out,
alright,
yeah.
cool.
Like, she came to visit me recently, and she's like, oh, while I'm in California, I want to go to the church where I got indoctrinated. I'm like... What? And she's like, yeah, I just have to go, and they probably have like something for Thanksgiving. I'm like, okay, I'll see you later. Like, it was nice seeing you. I think I was the reason why she looked to God for a solution, because she couldn't find one herself. And you know what? It worked out. We were the most disappointing people for our family, and now we're the most successful.
My parents used to compare me to this. My mom had a coworker, right? And she had a daughter my age.
Oh,
And-
here we go.
okay. It was fucking
Trust me,
terrible.
I know.
High school, she got straight A's,
Yep.
going to Ivy League college. Meanwhile, I'm like an almost dropout, going to community college, no direction in life. All I do is stay home and play games. Like, very like opposites. So my mom would always talk about this girl, right? And it made me feel like crap because she was also really pretty, skinnier, like just like everything I wanted to be.
Yeah, been
And
there.
then like later on, years later, when I finally gained success from YouTube and Twitch, I helped my mom buy a house.
Okay.
And that made her so happy. She bragged to that same coworker.
Oh my god.
And then she tells me like, yeah, her daughter, she's like, she finished college, but she still is at home and she doesn't have a job and everything. But my daughter helped me buy a house. Like, so just like really proud.
Oy.
She was like so proud of me, and it was really cute. She said it made her really happy. But it felt weird because like she used to compare me so much, but now she's like super proud of me. Like
My mom was that way too. I have relatives in China, and then they were like fans of me. They like wanted me to come and like hang out with them and like go to the PC cafes with them, and I was like, this is really awkward. My mom would brag to them. My mom would just be like, oh my god, you know what you should do? A lot of famous actors go to China to do Chinese only commercials. You should go. You should get some commercials only in China. They pay a lot of money. And I'm like,
I mean, China
Mom,
doesn't pay a lot of money.
Mom, that's not how it works. I can't just go to China and do like commercials for BMW or something. I'm Scarra, guys. I'm very, very. This is Vin Diesel. I'm very low on the totem
You're
pole.
Scarra.
Very
But you're
low.
Scarra. You're Scarra. I think like what we are is so weird because we're not celebrities by any chance. We're not near that.
I call us pseudo celebrities.
We're not. I
Or
don't even know if
pseudo-famous.
we are. We're like
Oh no. Okay, I think of it this way. There's C-list actors, right?
Yes.
We're
like
who's a
E-list.
Yeah, we're like C or
F-list.
D-list actors.
But how we are as children, right, shape how we are when we grow up too, right?
I agree, but I feel like sometimes it's like the easy way out. It's like if you're like you have problems as an adult, it's like, oh, it must have been your childhood.
Oh no. I think that's a different thing. Like some people blame it on their childhood, let's say if they have problems, but for sure who we are is
Oh, look at this.
What's
Look
wrong?
at this guy. I want to date you. What's that response?
Why did you read that?
Why not?
I'm single and happy. Sorry. Don't believe in love anymore. No, true love doesn't exist. It's all a lie. Marriage is a social construct.
I actually agree with that. You marry for the idea that you're together. And then when you split, they take 50%. So you gotta marry someone who's richer and you make money. It's like an investment. Like I told Lily, my ideal girlfriend is rich and close to death. That's like the two.
I actually don't think about relationships at all now.
I'm sure, of course.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is new me. I don't care anymore.
Yep, new Lily.
New
Here we
me.
go, 2020.
2020 new me.
Yep.
I'm falling in love with myself. Wow. Wow. That was not that funny. That was not that funny. Gotta love yourself, guys, before you can love others. Am I right?